Hi, my name is Carl Hendricks. I'm the author of the book One Team, One Dream Insights on Leadership. It's based on the F1 concept. How quick a car comes into the pit stop in less than 1.85 seconds will leave the pit stop. It's all about teamwork. It's about vision. It's about strategy. It's about having the right leader in the right place, about functional roles. Well, these things are so important. We are busy now with brand strategy. The previous clip, this is part 2, but the previous clip we discussed 5 things, but let me just speed through the 5. We said keep your brand simple. Simplicity is the key. 2, keep the brand name catchy. Number 3, your color identity is important. Number 4, it must be a recognizable mark. And number 5, tell people what you stand for. Well, that was on the previous clip. Let me kick into today's 5 points. So I'll move on and I'll call this number 6. Number 6, stick to the basics. A reliable car. In South Africa, the Toyota is one of the most reliable cars. Of course, there's many others. But the basics are still the same. People trust the car. There's not a lot of electronic components on the car. Some of the Toyota cars, the whine is still there, but the basics is the same. But it's a trustworthy car. So your brand, you need to stick to basics in order to sell your brand. And number 7, remain constant. For many years, I'm a pastor, and I'm pastoring a church entitled Crystal Church. So if you want to go on a website, you'll find us there. The vision remains destiny for many, many years. And as long as I remember, the D stands for dream big, the E for establishing strong families, the S seeks social justice, the T train and equip leaders, the I introduce others to Christ, the N navigate nation building, and the Y yoke yourself to Christ. The consistency. After every 5 years, the vision, destiny as an acronym remains the same, but there's consistency in it. So you dream every 5 years differently if you have a 5-year, 20 or 30-year plan. Everything remains the same. So that your brand needs to stay consistent, which means another way also of looking at it is like, if you come to the church and people are friendly today, or there's a high level of standard, the sound is good and the preaching is good, you need to stay consistent within that. So that because that consistency carries your brand. Let me move on. The next one is be value driven. Consumers want to feel good about the product and the service they use. A typical example is if you look at your favorite store where you buy groceries, it's value driven. You expect that the person at the till will greet you because the values of the organization most probably is to be friendly, to look people in the eye. With our church, we say people are more important than paper. So when people walks in, you drop it and you look at, because it's where you add the value. So when you have value, it will reflect out in your brand. Well, the next one on brand strategies, think outside the box. I mentioned in the previous clip that Red Bull did not go conventional with their little tin that they have. They use a different can on the shape of the can. If you look at Red Bull, shape is thin and long. It's out of the box thinking. So your brand must be also be out of the box. With our church at Crystal, we have our out of the box thinkings. We're very contemporary, and sometimes we receive a lot of flack because for many years church was just traditional, and there's a level of expectation. But you need to think outside the box. You need to approach things differently, and that helps to build your brand, because you just stand up. If you get to a fridge and when you open that in any store and all these cans are there, you look at Coca-Cola, and you look at Red Bull. The brand carries, if you want energy, people just go for Red Bull. They say Red Bull gives you wings. But that's exactly what it is, thinking outside the box. Number 10 and finally, believe in your brand. If you don't believe in your brand, how will other people believe in your brand? It's like you are your own brand. You carry your own brand. But you need to believe in yourself. Great confidence and excellence. You develop yourself. Because for how people see you, not through your lenses, but you need to constantly check up. So some people will criticize you for one reason or the other, but that helps you to build your brand. But you need to believe in your brand. So how can you expect your customers to be passionate about your brand if you and your staff are not passionate about the brand? How can you let other people believe in you if you don't believe in yourself? Well, thank you so much for taking time out. Take care, and I see you surely on the next club.